Well, hi everyone. Today we are going to be taking a little drive, and I wanted to show you how many fun things there are to do between where we are now, which is Dutch Wonderland, and we're going to be driving to the Red Caboose Motel. So we'll just take a little drive and I'll show you all the fun things that are between here and there. So to get from here at Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster to the Red Caboose Motel, which is in Ronks, it's only about 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how many lights you can make it through before they're red. So we'll just, it'll be somewhere around that time frame. So right here across the street is the Tanger Outlets. They have tons of awesome stores. And I can link our video of Tanger Outlets drive-through so you can see what all of the shops are in that shopping center. There's tons of really cool ones there. So right here in front of us is Route 30, and we're going to be turning left. And that was a really long traffic light. That took 10 minutes in itself just to get through there. I had to put pause on the video because it was just taking too long. But anyway, let's get going here. So coming up on our left is the new Dutch Wonderland Inn, and right here to the right is the Wyndham Hotel. So there's two hotels right across from each other. You also have Longhorn Steak and Golden Corral to the right and the left. Coming up on our right is the Classic Inn, and then over on our left is a Texas Roadhouse. And also the Red Roof Inn in Lancaster. And then to the right, you have the Hilton Hotel. Coming up on the left, you have an Applebee's. And then right behind Applebee's, you have Lancaster Brewing Company. At this intersection over on the left, you have Roadway Inn. And then if you turn right there's a little shopping center. There's Kohl's, Aldi, a pet store. And they have the Spirit of Halloween store there. And one other store, I can't remember. Over on the left-hand side, you'll have a Comfort Inn and Suites. Also, a Goodwill store is located there too. And coming up at this next intersection, there's some other stores in there, but there's a Target over there to the left. There's a barbecue restaurant in there, and that's called the Barbecue Barn. And there's another hotel right here, the Red Roof Inn. So there's a lot of hotels, restaurants, and shops along this, this short stretch. We haven't even driven a couple miles, and there's a lot of stuff right here. Coming up here on the left, you have the Willows Covered Bridge. You also have Cracker Barrel over to the right, and also to the left is the AMT. That's the American Music Theater. They have a lot of good shows there, and a lot of big names come through there. And then over to the right is the Rockvale Shopping Outlets. I'll link that video in here too in case you're interested in seeing all the restaurants and shops that are in that shopping center. Coming up here on our left-hand side is Chick-fil-A. There's also Burger King to the right and other stores in Rockvale. And then over on the left, you have the Adidas Outlet. You have Rolled Cold Creamery. On the right, you have Sushi Haven. There's also Panera Bread to the right, Ula Bowls to the right, and an Olive Garden to the right, and Waffle House to the left. Tons of stuff here, right on this little stretch. And there's a Choo Choo Barn van right in front of us. And we're actually going to be passing the Choo Choo Barn when we turn right here. So we know where he's headed. So right now we're going to be turning right. This is Route 896. And right over here to the left is Fulton Steamboat Inn. And to the right you have Olive Garden and then all the other neat shops in Rockvale Shopping Center. You'll also pass a lot of cute roadside stands on this stretch, and lots of antique shops are on this stretch here on 896. And this road will take you from Lancaster to Strasburg, and that's where we're going to be headed to. Right here, it'll come to the town of Strasburg. So we'll see what kind of fun shops and things are along this road, and there are a lot. There's a little motel over there to the right. And then coming up on our left is the Amish Village. You'll see like a big sign on the right-hand sign, and then the Amish Village is over to the left. And if you're here touring, for a short time and you kind of want to check out the Amish culture and way of life, this is a great thing. It'll show you, what an authentic Amish house and barn and, kind of daily life in an Amish community. So that's kind of cool. And that is going to be right over here to the left, right there. And there's the big barn to the right that says Amish Village to the left. Coming up on our right-hand side in just a second is Katie's Kitchen right there. And if you want something good to eat, that's a good spot to stop. There's a Tractor Supply that's going to be over here to our right. And then up here, there's also going to be a couple antique shops that are going to be on our right and left-hand side. To the right is the Strasburg Marketplace. That's an awesome farm market. They have great homemade items, authentic Amish-made items, and a little restaurant there. So that's a fun place to stop. Coming up on our right-hand side is going to be the Hershey Farm Resort. They have hotel rooms. They also have a great smorgasbord with authentic Lancaster County food. Lots of shops, a cafe and bakery, so that's a great place to stay. And then right past the Hershey Farms is the Sight and Sound Theater, which is going to be right up here on our right when we reach the traffic light. And this is the Sight and Sound Theater entrance right there to the right. And they have beautiful Christian live productions at their theater. It's absolutely amazing if you haven't seen one of their productions. And you can look online and see which one is playing, when you're visiting Lancaster County. But that is definitely a really wonderful spot to see, a production like that. Where the Bible comes to life. We saw Noah's Ark and it was amazing. So highly recommend Sight and Sound. Right to the right is Fisher's Greenhouse. If you want to stop at a greenhouse, that's a good one there. And we also passed Agape Cafe. That's a good spot to get something to eat. That was right before the greenhouse. On the left here, right at the intersection of 896 is Peaceful Valley Furniture. They have high quality Amish-made furniture. There's a gas station, a car wash. Coming up here on the right is Fashion Sense Consignment Shop. That's an awesome thrift store. And then coming up here on the left, if you want to do a scooter tour, they have them right here to the left. Strasburg Scooter Tours. And you ride a scooter, you'll follow your guide, and they'll take you all around Lancaster County. You'll go through covered bridges and just get to see some scenic areas of Lancaster County. So someday maybe we'll do that, but it's a really fun thing to do, it looks like. So we are in Strasburg now, and coming up at the next traffic light is going to be Main Street, and that's like the main town through Strasburg. I'm also going to link the Strasburg walking tour that we did, and that'll show you every single shop and restaurant and stuff like that through the town of Strasburg. So here we are approaching the town of Strasburg. It is an awesome town. There's so much history here. If you like historic homes, you definitely have to park and walk this town because it is awesome. The creamery and general store are right there to our right. And then this is the town of Strasburg. We just passed Tavern by Springhouse Brewing on our right. There's a couple antique shops along this way. There's a bed and breakfast to the left, and I can't remember the name, and I don't know. But it's in that video that I'm going to link in here. It will show the name of that bed and breakfast. So these are all really amazing historic homes here. There are so many registered historic homes. So it's a fun place to walk for sure. Coming up in just a second on our right is going to be the Carriage House at Strasburg, and that's a hotel where you can stay. And then coming up on our left side is a great restaurant called the Speckled Hen, and you can sit outside and dine in the nicer weather, and there it is right there to the left, the Speckled Hen. Coming up, it's going to be on our right-hand side, but it's the building directly in front of us. That's the Antiques Mall. So if you want to do some antiquing, that is the big building right there to the right that is filled with antiques. So this road we're on now is Main Street through Strasburg, but then it changes to Route 741 at this intersection. So we are going to be crossing over 896, which is the road we were on before. So once we cross over here, we're going to pass Bespoke Brewing, and the Choo Choo Barn is going to be on our right. There's also a restaurant right here to the right in this shopping area called Down on the Farm Creamery, and that's right next to the Choo Choo Barn, which is right there on the right. And that van that we were following, that's where he was going. Now we're going to be coming up on the historic Strasburg Railroad and also the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. So you'll see some trains already. And coming up right on our left-hand side is the Strasburg Railroad. And we highly recommend the Strasburg Railroad. It is great to ride the train any time of year. It is just a beautiful ride. And there's a train steaming up to take off soon, it looks like right now. And then on the right-hand side, you can walk between the two of these is the railroad, the Pennsylvania Railroad, the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. And that's right there to the right. I know I've been talking a mile a minute, but I'm going to link a whole bunch of videos that you'll find helpful. Lots of places that we've passed along our drive today. So if you want to look into things a little bit further, I'll link just a bunch of videos that we've, things that we've gone through and that we've passed on our drive today. So there's more of the Strasburg Railroad on the left. And the next intersection we come to, we're going to be in Ronks, and we're going to be turning left. This is such a gorgeous area around here. I love Ronks area and Strasburg, but once you get out of the towns, you come into this beautiful Lancaster County countryside, with the corn and just the fields and farms and stuff like that. It's so pretty. Okay, here we are at this intersection. This is Paradise Lane, and we're going to be turning left to go to the Red Caboose Motel. So this is Paradise Lane. To the left, right through that cornfield, is the Strasburg Railroad, and the Red Caboose Motel is right up here on the right. It is an awesome spot. You can actually stay overnight in a caboose car, you can dine in a rail car, and you can also watch the Strasburg Railroad cross right here. So it's a really fun place to visit. Even if you're not staying overnight here, it's a great place to come and visit because the property is amazing. So we highly recommend stopping here, even if you're not staying over. So anyway, we're going to end our journey here. I hope you enjoyed this whirlwind trip. There's a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time. So thank you so much for watching, and whatever you're doing today, have a great day. Bye, everyone.